The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Table Topics. And if you're, I'm going to mess this up. If you're watching this show on any other day than a Tuesday, it's probably a rerun, and we'll have a new show for you the following Tuesday. So with that, Carlos, I almost messed up there, but I think I got it this time.
Yes. Welcome to another edition of the Table Topics. Yes, it's not a Tuesday, it's a Wednesday that you're going to watch it. It's on TV for a new show.
Sorry.
John, what's the matter with you?
I know.
We went over this 5 weeks ago.
I know.
Forgot already?
I'm hoping I get
We're getting old.
I know. I'm hoping I'm
One day we'll get. So
2023.
We're going on 9 years, so probably by the 10th year you will.
I hope so. I hope so. I should just leave it to you. That's I should just leave to you.
But yes, so our last show was last year, 2022.
Yep.
And it was our Christmas show. Since then, for a couple of weeks, 1 week was the last week of December. The first week of January, they have a water damage here on the studio, and we had to cancel the show. Even the other shows got, even CJ, I was watching CJ's show. They had to do it on the lobby outside because the studio was still not open. We're probably the first ones back on the studio again after all this water issues that they have. But we're back, and I'm glad that for a minute I thought that because usually I text around 8 o'clock in the morning. I text Michelle and Steve, say, are we okay to tape? Especially this morning, because I didn't know. And I didn't, by 12, I still didn't hear anything back. So I texted Steve again and he said, oh yes, we're back doing the show again. It's okay, good. Then that's why you didn't got my text at 8 o'clock in the morning. You just, you got it at 12.
No, that's fine. I figured, hey, if it's not, it's not. Hey, you know what I mean?
But in the meantime, try to wrap up the 2022, the last week and the last events. We had a show after the parade that got canceled, but we did not had the show after the Christmas show. Okay. Which we just barely made it. Okay. Because we had a big issue there with the schools that were supposed to participate and end up having shown up for the show. So we had to kind of improvise numbers to fill in the show, and some friends, and was good because then we had Mrs. Close reading a book to kids. Was not on the program, but we had to improvise. Then we had Santa dancing with the Grinch there. So it was, we made it work. Yeah. We made it work. It was not an hour and a half show. It was probably an hour show. Yeah, but at least we put something together. And it's another lesson learned. Yeah. Exactly. And because I met with the principals were supposed to get to the music teachers. And if they were supposed to get back to me, if they have more questions or anything. Yeah. I never heard anything back from them. I went ahead and I printed the posters, I did the tickets, bought all the stuff to the schools to give away to the kids and everything, and sent an email the week before saying our rehearsal is going to be such a day, such a day. Yeah. We got to the rehearsal, I didn't hear from nobody. The Cambodians kind of helped a lot too,
Good.
because they were supposed to be there with one number. They end up being there with 3 numbers.
Okay.
But like I said, we made it work.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lesson for next year. That and the people that works behind the stage with me kind of told me, and I kind of agreed. I mean, it's plenty of dance studios in Fall River that would love to participate if they get contacted.
Oh,
and
sure.
it's plenty of, singers and that to participate in a Christmas show. So I always like to give a chance to our neighborhood schools, to our kids. But guess what? It's a Sunday. They don't get paid on the Sunday, so it's like an actual work day. And not everybody likes to give back to the community.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and unfortunately, I think when you assume something, sometimes, at least my experience is, when I assume something, it usually means that they're not there with you.
Yeah.
You always want to think the good, but because you think, how hard is it to respond back?
Yes.
And say everything's okay.
Well, the only reason that I thought that we were all on the same page was, if you are a principal and you get a poster for an event that you have your name on it, and you're not on it, don't you think that's the first red flag? Hey, wait a minute, we don't have nothing to participate, so we need to contact them and let them know, even that we on the posters. And then a week before, you got an email with all the details, the hours for the rehearsals and everything, and you still didn't answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. You would think, but I know that it probably fell into what's the thing now? It fell into
the cracks.
Spam box. You know what I mean?
Spam box.
Look at your spam box. It's probably in there.
Yeah. But anyway, and besides that, I think everything else went okay. So you guys didn't have the last meeting in December.
We didn't have anything. And it's funny that you mentioned this Christmas thing, because I think it was, on that date, I'm laying on the couch, I'm watching something on TV, and my wife walked into the room and she's like, "Did you have something to do today?" And I was like, "I don't think so." I looked on my phone. I went, son of a gun. It was already like 3 o'clock. So I need to hire an assistant, I think.
You need a secretary. But you guys was okay, because that's something that, like I said, if you have a chance to stop by, you introduce a number, and then you don't have to stay. So we kind of counted people just coming in and out. And but I did have an MC that I always have Mario there, just in case if you need somebody else to introduce a number or whatever.
Good.
So and he was there. Then I have the same crowd behind the stage. Ayrton, Patrick. It's excellent on the stage and the curtain stuff, and then I had Jeff just leading the people to the stage. And I had a theater, a group of the kids from theater, the Rats, that he came up to me after and said, "Well, wherever you have running this show, they're on point. The music is on point. This curtain is on point." I said, "Everything is on point. If I have people to show up to do the show." The more difficult stuff was there,
No, I hear you.
But anyway, next year, this year, Manuel, this year we will have the show again, probably with some changes. But I think that's something that the city deserves to have a show. The good thing was the audience. At least we had a good audience there. So.
I can report. We talk about the lights and stuff like that. So, I lived in Taunton. And I'm talking about the Taunton Green now. I lived in Taunton when I was a kid. So the last time I had been to Taunton Green was probably when I lived there in 1978. And I told my wife, I said, "Let's get in the car, go up there." Everybody's making a big deal about this. From what I remember when I lived there, it's nice, but it's not a big area. And Taunton's not as big as Fall River. So I took the ride up there. Similar, you know what I mean? Like, you got the green there. When you're trying to get out, people are beeping at you. Some people are swearing at you. So it's almost, you know, I don't remember it being that way when I lived there, but things have changed. But so I said, I feel like we're at home, you know. But it was nice. I mean, they had a little setup with, which I was actually kind of surprised. They had the manger there, and they had an angel there. More so the manger scene, I was very surprised that was still there. Very surprised that was still allowed, and nobody's complained about it. And they had an area where like Santa was and stuff. So, I mean, it took all of 5.5 minutes to go around and look at it, and it was nice out. The night we went, it was probably in the 50s, so we stayed probably longer than we would if it was colder. But I mean, that's something they've done for years. I mean, it's not like a big, you know what I mean?
I had the videos, but I don't think, Michelle, it's ready to show the videos today, probably on the next show also. But big changes in Villafranca.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Wow.
big changes. So Villafranca brought back again the Christmas life.
Oh,
So
okay.
the everybody was per people.
Oh, okay.
You know, doing the
So is it like the nativity thing?
nativity. Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Everything was
Cool.
live animals and live people. So and they had to open like for 4 hours or so.
Okay.
So it's like it was this huge place that they divided in rooms and they create the scenes.
Okay, excellent.
And people will just buy the ticket and just go through the
The thing, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
cool. So
So-
was it in a house itself? or-
yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like a gymnasium, something
Oh, okay.
big
Yeah. Okay.
that they create all those scenes and they put real people doing it. So
cool.
was I saw it on the news, was really nice.
Yeah.
Another thing that they did in Villafranca was where they used to sell the fish. You know, they used to bring the fish from the boats into this huge place, and they had like all those marble tables where they put the fish on top and everything. They created a restaurant center. So 4 different kinds of food.
Oh, cool.
4 different cooks, 4 different restaurants. They created the space. Was kind of old, abandoned. So the town the city took it over and just renovate everything, and now it's 4 restaurants there.
Oh, so it's not just for Christmas. It's something.
No,
that's
no,
gonna-
this is open
wow,
for
cool.
now. It's open. Next time you go there, you can
have
can
to
go
check
there.
it out. Yeah. I you know, when you go to La Salette,
Yeah.
and you know, in Villafranca, you know, the big on the hill, it's the church that's up at the top of the
Yes.
hill. I would have thought that they would have something there around Christmas time too. Is there anything that's there? Because
Probably.
Yeah.
It's like the furnish.
okay.
You know what the calderas? That's what the water is,
Oh, okay.
and all those. So they put scenes all the way up, and they have
cool.
these lights, like you know how the smoke goes. It will be blue smoke, and you know it's
Well, that's
beautiful.
cool.
It's beautiful because they hide lights. They hide the lights, and
cool.
you know it's beautiful there. They do it too.
Christmas
I need
lights.
to look for some images so you can see. It's really
cool.
interesting. So coming a week before the end of the year, people are already asking me, Carlos, the trips. Carlos, you already have the
sheesh.
trips.
Oh,
Carlos,
God,
you know.
Wow.
So I kind of rushing to put trips together. It's
my
like, you know, the day trips. I said, I know some trips that we bring it back all the time.
Yeah,
The Day of Portugal in P-Town. It's one of them. So people always go there. The Hampton Beach in the summer.
Okay.
It's another
thing.
good seller that we do. The Salem for Halloween. It's something we do. Christmas in New York. It's something we do. I added New York on the summer because I do have some people that don't like to go when it's cold there.
Yeah.
Prefer to go in the summer.
Yeah.
So I put 1 bus on the summer, and then I have 2 on the Saturday for Christmas, and then 1 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I still have people that oh, Saturday don't work for me. Oh, I work Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I created, I put 2 buses on a Saturday and 1 going back
So
on
you're
a
going to
Sunday.
go down there back to back?
No, I have people that bring
Oh,
the
that'll
buses.
do it.
for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to say that's tough. 2 days in a row.
Coming back 11 and be there at 5 o'clock in the
5
morning
o'clock
to
in the
go
morning.
back again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, but so that's something. The list it's already on my page, and I'm just creating the flyers now to put up, which will be put up soon.
Cool.
Another thing was city council elections happened, and like always, 6-3, 6-2,
I was kind of surprised. I had heard. I was listening to a radio. I was listening to a radio thing, and somebody came up. I didn't think that was going to happen. I did think Joe was going to get in, but I didn't think Linda was going to be the vice president. I just didn't.
Because she knew that she didn't have enough votes for president.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me that she wanted. I didn't think she wanted to be the president. You know what I mean? I figured Joe. You know what I mean? It didn't occur to me. That's why it was kind of. I thought maybe Michelle would have been, but then I'm like, all right, maybe there's, So I was actually surprised. Somebody had told me that, and I said, nah, I don't think so. And then I was like, wow, they were right.
The votes were there. But again, for that 5-vote group, for the 5-vote group, why not another person? Why not Gilby?
Yeah, Kilby already has done it, and some people don't want to do it.
Why not Washington? She's on the other side.
She didn't want to. Maybe she didn't want to do it. She's still pretty new.
Why?
You know what I mean? She's still pretty new. It's.
I mean, I don't have personally. I don't have nothing against Joe or Linda.
Yeah.
I just think that it's the same people. Let's give opportunity. Let's not just ask. Let's push them to do it. Yeah. You have to try it. Yeah. If you don't try it, maybe you're not going to like it. You're going to serve 1 year, or 6 years. You can resign from the seat if you don't like it, right?
Yeah.
But instead of just asking, I probably would push them. Yeah. You need to try.
Yeah.
You need to try. You've been city council for 10 years. You've never been the president. Why not try 1 year?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody on there has been the president at one point, with probably the exception of Leo. I don't think Leo has ever been the president, but he probably doesn't want to do it. But I thought Brad was president at one time.
Yeah.
Or vice president.
I don't remember.
Sean was.
Sean, I remember Sean.
So
yes.
Linda was, so the only people that I can see would have been Michelle.
The new people,
yeah,
yes.
Or
people.
What is it, Andrew?
Andrew Raposo.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew, he just got in, so he's still learning.
Yeah.
The steps of city council.
But that's Washington's the same way. She just got in, so both of them kind of would have been.
Michelle, it's kind of I mean that's her second.
It's probably the
second or third.
term,
Yeah, second or. So she kind of already knows how to walk on water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just what I think. It's just what I mean. That's a city council we have. I mean, it's not that we have many choices.
No,
whatever people keep electing the same people in.
Yeah.
So then we have no choices.
Yeah, that's why, to me, just my opinion with this is, make the president the top vote getter and the vice president the second. And then it's all taken out of it. And really, it's the people are the ones that are deciding,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
So to me, I wish they would write something at in. Whoever gets the highest votes is the president. And then there's no politicking or pushing people.
And it was no more conflicts between them.
Yeah,
because believe it or not, yes, we all friends, but it's a competition. It's like when you have a discussion, when you have creates that thing between them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least this will take out of the responsibility to elect presidents. And the people it's the one that really have the power to put in the president.
Yeah, I think what happens, at least this is my feeling, is that what happens is that, like we had the last mayor we had, right? There were some people that were totally behind that mayor, and no matter what that mayor did, the other group is against it. Now we have a new mayor in, no matter what this guy does, these people are against it. So that's why I would like to see the people make that choice. And you know what, if they don't want to do it, then go to the next vote, get her below that. You know what I mean? So the people are the ones that are deciding who they think should be in, because it's, no matter what level it is.
That has to be put into the
some kind of ordinance, right?
The ordinance.
Yeah. It would be nice if they would do that, because you're right. I don't think it's as bad as it has been in the past.
Yes.
In the past, it has been worse. But I would just,
And another thing that I
business.
always found on city councils is the groups. It's always two groups.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always two groups, and why we say it's two groups? Because they vote the same way all the time. You know, I mean, you don't have one. It's like this mayor don't have one thing that everybody can agree with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something that I don't understand. I don't understand why it's always two groups.
Yeah, well, because you're going to have one faction that backs the current administration. You're going to have another faction that, and this has gone on through the whole time.
It's always like that.
It's going to be like that.
It's always like that. And then you have a few that really you never know where they're going to fall.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it's as much as people say in the beginning they're going to be independent, and they try. It's just the animal that we have. Look at the state.
Yeah.
Look at the federal government. It's the same way. You know what I mean? You're just gonna. I don't think people can sit down, and I think it's worse nowadays. I can sit down with you. You know what I mean? And I can disagree with you. And I'm still going to talk to you later on. I can't do that with a lot of other people. A lot of other people, they're going to call you every other name under the sun. But that's not how this country was years ago.
And another thing, John, that I think that we need to stop again is this 3-minute, citizens input.
Yeah.
I mean, if I look at the list and I have 50 people to talk, yes, here's a reason to implement the 3 minutes. We have a lot of people, and we have 2 hours to do our business. We need 2 hours to do our business. But if you have 2 people signing in, come on. And sometimes it's important issues. Sometimes it's something, so important that the city council have actually a conversation back and forth where it's not supposed to. But because it's an important issue, okay, the city councils see the need to ask questions and to intervene. So that's why I'm saying, come on, let's. I understand, during the recalls was a lot of people. They were going there saying the same thing over and over again. Every time that you want to spend $1 million for boxing, you're going to have 50 parents saying the same thing. It's my kid needs help. The same thing. So that's why I'm saying, when the president sees the list, it's only 2 people signing in for citizens input. We don't need to go to the 3-minute.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, I think just makes sense, because people, it's there. I mean, if I go there to speak, 3 minutes, I'm going to put my hands between my feet, to try to get across what I want to accomplish in 3 minutes, that the city council are looking at me and saying, "What the hell this guy's talking about?" Because I'm starting. I know what I want, a message I want to give, but I present the beginning and the end. And then if the city council don't ask me a question, they never found out what's the center of the conversation. The point. You know what I'm saying?
They could tighten that up a little bit and say, hey, you know what I mean, we'll give 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only 2 people today. I'm using my judgment. You're going to get 5 minutes, exactly, Michelle. 5 minutes. They could kind of.
Michelle gave us half an hour.
Yeah. So that could be. They could kind of loosen up with that. I should say.
Sometimes it's aggravated because some people go there with problems they have on their streets, water, problems with waters, problems with traffic, problems, and they have 3 minutes to to give a message, and half of the city councils are getting water on the back. They don't even listen to what they had to say during the 3 minutes. It's like, well, what did he came for? You know. That's why I'm there. I like to be there because I like to see all that. You know, the other one, it's eating cookies, and you know, Leo, it's passing gum because people are speaking on the microphone and need, you know, need gums and. But anyway, so with less than 5 minutes to end, 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Well, why don't I talk real quick?
You only have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I know. Well, I know. I shouldn't get on the tangent. Well, we had. What did you think about the speaker thing?
Oh my
It took 14 or 15 times to get it through.
Did you saw the face, surprise face?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I am the speaker.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was painful. It was painful. Yeah. It was painful. I'll give you that. But it's all the. And I understand, you know what I mean? Because what happened was this last speaker, Pelosi, changed a lot of the rules that they had, these standing rules. She got rid of them all. So people didn't feel they had the opportunity to debate things. And if you were watching it, they were saying, I'm glad we're here. We can actually debate where they couldn't debate things like that $1.7 trillion bill.
Yes.
They weren't able to debate it. It was just kind of thrown down their throat. Here, do it. And then it's like, here's the thing of 4,000 pages. We can't even read it. You just gave it to us 3 hours ago. How are we going to read this? Too bad.
Yes.
It was kind of like, you know, the whole thing with the Affordable Care Act. Pelosi
That's how the
said,
mayor sends the stuff down to city council.
we have to approve it to see what's in it. That's what she had said. So I guess that's what they wanted to do with this $1.7 trillion bill. But one other thing I thought was kind of funny was, in that bill, they wanted to add on 187,000 IRS agents. And now, I guess the Republicans, you know, since the majority voted that out, and they're like, they are going to have these rich people are not going to pay taxes. That thing just killed this economy. Do people really think 187,000 IRS agents are going to be looking at the billionaires? The billionaires have all these lawyers and all these ways to get out of paying taxes. It's going to go after the people to go into every little thing. Like Maxine Waters from California wants to charge $1 for every Venmo transaction over $600. That's not hurting rich people. It's hurting people that are poor. Yep. So I just, the politics sometimes of it to say, we're losing all this tax money.
I just, and I mentioned this on my show with Gene, is the fact that he sold so much out that he actually is going to have a hard time just to do something because he sold himself to so many different people.
Rewind 4 years ago, and we had the squad, Omar, Ocasio-Cortez, Presley, and there was a dude in there. Remember how everybody was in an uproar? They sold out. Those people are the whole Democratic Party right now, and they're going to take over. Yeah. The sun's still set.
But, and I told you this before. Between the two parties, we need a new party.
That's it. Exactly.
So I see you guys next week for another show. Have a good night.
Yeah. Have a good night.